Now, yesterday there was a fierce encounter in Badgam district, and we have the CRPF DIG who has spoken to India today on the situation in the valley. Let's just listen in to what he had to say.
Sir, first of all, tell us what exactly happened yesterday. Why did it turn out to be such a violent, affair towards the end of the day?
I don't know. There was no particular reason yesterday, and it has been now a trend here. Whenever there is an operation against any local militant, the local populace, especially who are distorted by the vested people with vested interest, they come, they gather around, they assault us, especially the outer cordon people. The stone pelting have been the main modus operandi, and they try to close into the target house, which is not safe for them also. We have to keep them away, and that is why we try to keep them away from the ambush or encounter site.
Many people are questioning that the deployment wasn't done properly around that encounter site. That's why those people could come so close, and that's why it led to such an escalation.
I don't understand that anybody came so close. If they could have so close, even the casualty would have been still more. So I don't understand. There was lack of deployment. Sufficient strength was deployed. But although you never know that what number of people will come and assault, because we don't expect people to come close. We know that most of the people are law-abiding, and they will understand our problems, and they will keep away themselves from such site. So things were handled in pretty correct manner, but it is always, if there is a casualty, we are sorry. This should not happen, and that is why I once again appeal that people should not come and obstruct the law enforcement agencies in their duties.
How many CRPF personnel were injured in yesterday's?
Many. 55 have been reported, that 55 CRPF personnel and 20 odd police personnel. They sustained several kind of injuries.
And what is the mechanism, strategy that the force is adopting so that these incidents do not happen in future?
There is no special strategy. We shall be appealing, we shall put forces in even larger areas so that they do not come close, and the state is appealing time and again to the people that they should understand the requirement of the police and security forces, and they should not become hindrance to their duties.
Thank you very much. That was Mr. Sanjay Kumar giving details of what happened yesterday. The cameraman Roof Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
Okay, so Shuja there speaking to the DIG CRPF who did express regret on the 3 deaths of the civilians. 1 security personnel and several other civilians also sustained injuries in the entire operation in the encounter at Badgam yesterday, in which 1 militant was shot down by the security personnel during the entire encounter. But a very important point there being made by the DIG, while he was expressing regret, also appealing to the locals not to obstruct the anti-terror operations, not to be a hindrance while an operation is going on, and also dissuading the crowd from interfering with the operations by the security personnel, especially during an encounter. So an important message there being sent by the CRPF DIG, who also expressed regret on the tragic death of the 3 civilians, but at the same time appealing to the locals, especially to the young children, to stay away from encounter sites. Shujaul Haq is now with us. I was just hearing that conversation that you had with the CRPF DIG. He does express regret on the tragic deaths of the civilians, but at the same time, also making a very important point and appealing to the youth to stay away from encounter sites.
Well, that's right, Avantika. We spoke to him, and we have also managed to speak to other officials of other forces. The bottom line remains the same. While the CRPF has today openly said that they were sorry for the civilian deaths, and that is not what they want. But at the same time, they say they, in a sense, expressed their helplessness in dealing with this kind of a situation. The point of view remaining that while they have to sort of carry out their duty in the encounters, at the same time, if there is another front that is opened against them, then certainly there would be more challenges. And this is the point that most of the people have been making for a lot of time now in the valley. In fact, it's not just yesterday that this has happened. These things have been happening over past many months, and people have certainly started coming out and protesting against the actions at the encounter sites. More so whenever there are local boys who are involved in such encounters. So there needs to be a holistic strategy that needs to be employed. If you notice, the question I was trying to pose to the official there was whether they have a special strategy
No, they didn't.
in mind.
He didn't have a concrete answer to that question. Why is it that they don't have a strategy? Why is it that they don't have a plan B or a very well thought out mechanism in place to face those protesters who are deliberately trying to disrupt those anti-terror operations?
Well, that's the point. That's the helplessness that we are talking about. There isn't, to be very fair enough here, there isn't much that they can do. If they use more force, then there would be more casualties, which will again go against the entire system. And if they don't use force, then there would be hindrance in their operation. So it's a very difficult situation, a catch-22 of a sort. Here is when the political class, the establishment needs to come together and make sure that there are policies at many levels, so that the confrontation between the military and the civilians is something which is avoided, which is perhaps situation is made such that these things do not happen. For many years this didn't used to happen. These are the things that used to happen in 1990s.
Yes.
After that, for many years we didn't see people coming out.
Absolutely, and now we are seeing a resurgence of the same kind of a scenario emerging in the valley. Shuja, just stay with me. We have the Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, who has also spoken on the stone pelters menace in the valley.